Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
More tax help today on the College Investor Audio Show, specifically comparing the prices of TurboTax, H&R Block, and Tax Act in 2021. Let's get to it, shall we? TurboTax, H&R Block, and Tax Act are the three major players that dominate the tax filing landscape. TurboTax consistently produces the highest quality, easiest to use tax filing software on the market, and H&R Block follows closely on its heels, by the way. Tax Act tends to lag the pack in terms of usability, but it also chalks in at the lowest price point. Each software claims to offer free filing. However, the free filing does have its limits. All three offer paid filing tiers as well. Of course, each company offers different inclusions at each tier, which makes comparing features all the more difficult, but we're going to take care of it for you. First, let's take a look at the big changes in 2021. Following the COVID-19 wave, all three of the major players had to adjust their pricing strategies, of course, especially what they are including in their free offerings. Historically, these companies supported W-2 income, Social Security income, and in some cases, the earned income tax credit on their completely free offerings. In 2021, all three tax filing companies are supporting the following in their free tiers: recovery rebate credits for people who maybe didn't receive their $1,200 stimulus check, earned income tax credits, child tax credits. H&R Block and TurboTax also support unemployment income on the free tier, but Tax Act does not. H&R Block also expanded its free coverage to include student loan interest and educational expenses. TurboTax took a little bit of a different approach and included a free expert review with its free tier. However, it did not expand offerings beyond the listings that we've already mentioned. In addition to expanding the free coverage, all three software packages kept pricing in line with the previous years. Both TurboTax and H&R Block are emphasizing their expert assistance options, which come at a higher price point. Tax Act rolled out a similar expert help, no E, just X, functionality, but the price point isn't disclosed yet. To top off the focus on virtual filing, H&R Block has a virtual have an expert do it option in 2021. So let's compare the free tax filing software. TurboTax, H&R Block, and Tax Act all offer some form of completely free tax filing. That means the federal filing costs $0 and the first state costs $0. However, not all tax filers will qualify for the free pricing option. For example, none of the three supports HSA contributions on the free tier. If you or your employer contributed to a health savings account in 2020, you can't use the free tier. This is particularly disappointing since so many people have health savings accounts and the contributions are typically reported on a Form W-2. Additionally, none of the three support the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit for daycare, educational costs, etc. on the free tier. However, H&R Block has expanded the free tier to encompass deductible student loan interest, child tax credits, not child care credits, and other education credits. Tax Act does not support student loan interest deductions, but it does support other educational credits on its free tier. It just gets so confusing sometimes. But anyway, while TurboTax's free review from an expert sounds enticing, few people will actually qualify for that limited free tier. Instead, we actually recommend H&R Block 2021 since it's easy to use and includes the most options for free filers. That's it for the free tiers. Now let's take a look at the deluxe tax filing software, comparing them all. The deluxe pricing tier is typically targeted toward people who want to maximize deductions and credits. In theory, this should mean itemizers. In practice, it means anyone with dependent care expenses, student loan interest, HSA contributions, or some other sneaky credit that requires an upgrade. In my humble opinion, the deluxe tiers are the worst value for all of these software packages. Free software like Credit Karma Tax can cover these situations Easily. Additionally, low-cost competitors like TaxHawk match the functionality at a lower price point. Very interesting. While H&R Block and TaxAct support education credits at their lowest tiers, TurboTax requires people with current higher education expenses to upgrade to Deluxe to claim their American Opportunity credit. H&R Block offers the lowest price at this tier, but users should look to alternatives before paying nearly $70 for a software that is available at much lower costs. Now we have all the pricing tiers, everything they offer at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can see it in chart form. It's lovely. Now let's compare the online premium filing software. The premium pricing tier is where the big three players diverge in their offerings. At this tier, TurboTax and TaxAct only support landlords and stock market investors, including cryptocurrency traders, by the way. H&R Block also supports freelancers or gig economy workers who don't have significant expenses. This is also the tier where functionality becomes extremely important. For example, TurboTax supports integrations with Coinbase, which makes it easy for cryptocurrency traders to report their gains or losses in terms of US dollars. The other software packages don't host such integrations. If you're a landlord, both TurboTax and H&R Block offer easy-to-use depreciation calculators that make it easy to claim the right deduction. I find TaxAct to be a little clunkier, but overall it offers a reasonable experience. At this tier, there's really no clear winner. TurboTax offers the best experience, but H&R Block offers a lower price point. If you don't need the cryptocurrency integration, H&R Block may offer superior value at this tier. Now let's compare the online self-employed tax filing software. The self-employed filing software is required for anyone who had Schedule C self-employment income. This income could be reported on a 1099 NEC, cash from mowing a neighbor's lawn, or sales through PayPal or Etsy. Given the rocky economic conditions of 2020, I suspect that a whole lot of people have done some gig work this year. All of those hustlers will need to upgrade to this tier for their filing. But as previously noted, H&R Block Premium support users who want to declare Schedule C income but don't have significant expenses to report. However, those with significant expenses will need to upgrade to this level. In terms of usability, TurboTax leads the pack. It integrates seamlessly with QuickBooks, offers plenty of options for imports, and makes it easy to depreciate your business assets. If your business doesn't have assets, you might not need TurboTax, or really any of these software options. TaxSlayer Classic and TaxHawk offer similar functionality at much lower prices. Given the close pricing at the highest tier levels, TurboTax seems to have the advantage, but H&R Block is comparable. Now let's compare the downloadable editions of TurboTax, H&R Block, and TaxAct. While most tax filers will rely on online services to file their taxes, these three major players also offer downloadable software products. Downloadable products offer an enhanced security model. They allow users to avoid storing information in the cloud, wherever those clouds are. They function the same as the corresponding online software, and they typically cost more. But in 2020, H&R Block seems to be offering some deals on its downloadable software. Even when you include the cost of e-filing, the overall price of downloading seems to be lower. Of course, this could change soon. If you're watching prices, you might have some luck shopping on Amazon.com. Choosing the downloadable software is almost always easier and higher quality than buying a similar product in the store. Let's compare the downloadable basic conditions. So at this point, H&R Block is the least expensive option among the basic software packages. While this is still fairly expensive, it is the option we do recommend this year. Now, if you compare the deluxe downloadable editions, across the board, the deluxe edition brings more functionality at a lower price point compared to the basic. H&R Block has a lower price point for its downloadable deluxe edition than its online edition. So, given the dramatic disparity in pricing, H&R Block is again the winner for downloadable deluxe software, and the pricing difference is not even close. The deluxe TurboTax, by the way, $90 total. H&R Block Deluxe, $65. TaxAct Deluxe, like $110. Let's compare the downloadable premium editions. The premium pricing tier is a significant jump from deluxe. However, H&R Block is still holding the title as the low-cost leader. The overall price of H&R Block Premium is within a few dollars of its online offering. Not too shabby. Now, when you compare the downloadable self-employed editions, just like with the other tiers, H&R Block is still the low-price leader, clocking in at under $100. The H&R Block downloadable software is really quite a steal. If you're going to use H&R Block self-employed, you might save some money by choosing to download. Now, the conclusion. After we compared pricing and functionality, H&R Block, again, emerges as the clear winner among the big 3 filing companies. But that doesn't mean H&R Block is the best choice for you. Cryptocurrency traders and landlords may decide that upgrading to TurboTax is the right move. Other filers may find better value using bargain software like TaxHawk or Credit Karma Tax. You can find a full review of H&R Block, TurboTax, and TaxAct at thecollegeinvestor.com. We also did big reviews of all the other bargain software too. Again, thecollegeinvestor.com. That's our show for today. Thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you again real soon.